Hello traders, welcome to tradingwithbill.com. I'm Bill. We're in Thailand. Rainy, thunderstorms, it's all happening today right outside my door. That's why we're late. We're about 2 hours off schedule today. However, I had to get this done because once it gets past 10 a.m. my time, I can't do it. Internet's too slow. Anyhow, we're here. It's currently 9:06 in the morning, and that would be 22:06 on Wall Street on a Wednesday evening. It's great to be with you. Let's take a look at what's going on. We had some data come out today. I think probably the trade balance is probably the biggest one out of the New Zealand. That's probably the biggest one. We got some German GDP today. That'll be a mover and a shaker. GFK, German Consumer Climate today. Carney speaks, who cares? Another FOMC member speaks, who cares? Core retail sales out of the pound, retail sales month on month, year on year. It's all coming out today. The Euro's got Eurogroup meetings today, and that's always tentative. A lot of speakers, just a lot of speakers. ECB publishes account of monetary policy meeting. Okay, good on them. Yeah, it is what it is, right? And we have existing home sales out of the U.S. today. That'll be the big one. And another FOMC. They're just all speaking this week, the FOM guys. If I'm not mistaken, isn't today FOMC day? Or isn't today the big meeting? Maybe. Is that today? I think it is. Let's see. No, maybe it's next week. I thought it was today. My mistake. Anyhow, okay, so let's get back to it today and just take a look. The U.S. dollar index is at 93.91, heading for 94 today, looks like. And you can look at the dollar pairs and you can see that happening. Let's take a look at the charts today and see what's going on. I was scooting around earlier before I had to turn everything off. Just took a look at this CAD yen. Look at this. You want to talk about price action? Yeah, right? Right up to the 55, overshoot, and down she goes, right? So we talked about pivot points yesterday, and I was able to put pivot points on my charts. So we do have pivot points on the charts. We'll see how that goes. You know, I don't like a lot of stuff on my charts, but we're going to watch this and see if we can keep this going or not. But, you know, we'll see it. But anyhow, it apparently works. 85.88 is the area where it decided to go sideways and then back down again. Now it's on support. So we'll see. This, to me, looks like it's just going to break through this support and continue to the downside. Probably get a bounce here. This just looks like this wants to continue to the downside, and not a lot we can do with that, right? Just let me scoot around here. Let's take a look at the pound. Yeah, and that's on the move to the downside. Also, Great British Pound, and that is JPY. All right, so here we are on the pound yen. This is the only thing I don't like about this is you got to keep adjusting this, which I'm not. I'm not into that at all. So yeah, I'm not into that either. All right, so here we go. You're right. This is now a really nice area to long if you want to go on the other side of the trade. Let's see if I can get this back. There we go. Okay, so at 146.20. You'd look to long this, but this looks like this is going to continue the downside. I don't see anything saying this wants to, you know, take a bump up to the upside and give us our entry at that 200 exponential moving average. Now, the nice thing is, if you get to that 200 exponential moving average on this pound yen, it's a wide open space here, right? Wide open space, nothing going on. Just back to the downside we can go. We'll see how that goes. This was a nice sell-off yesterday, and today we'll see what happens. But yeah, nice move yesterday. Again, you know, we're going to watch these pivots. Went to S2, which for those who are not familiar, that's support 2, support 1, and then the you'll see PP. That's the daily pivot right there, and that's at 149.00 is the daily pivot. Then to the other side, you got R1 and R2, which is resistance 1 and resistance 2. For those of you who are not familiar with pivots, but we'll talk about that as we go along. Let's take a look at the, let's take a look at the New Zealand. I don't see a lot going on, and they had some good data come out today. Yeah, this is the only thing I don't like is having to adjust these charts every time I change. That I don't like. All right, so, you know, there's really nothing here, folks. Just leave this alone. This is in our range that we put in a couple of days ago, right? This range is still here. Yeah, just leave this alone. In fact, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take these out of here. Let's get rid of these. Let's absolutely get rid of these. We're just going to look at price action, right? That's the golden rule, is price action. So what do we have with price action? Oh, it's sideways. It's in the middle of all these EMAs that are intertwined with each other. There's nothing to do here. This either needs to pop to the upside or continue to the downside. Either way, it's a decent trade, right? Wide open space, nothing going on here, right? If it breaks to the downside, you're really good all the way down to S1 at 68.60, or if it breaks to the upside, you're good to 69.80 to the upside. So either way it goes, you have a decent trade here on both sides of the fence, right? You can do whatever you want to do. Now, my bias is bearish, and you all know that I'm very bearish in the New Zealand. I've been for years, and it's worked out. Whoa. Sorry, that was a little bit of thunder and lightning out there. Just startled me a little bit. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's a challenge today. It's a challenge for sure. Let's take a look at the euro yen. See what we got there. Yeah, this is the only thing I don't like is adjusting stuff, but that's all right. So here we are here, right? We'd want to do that here. Look at all these ranges we got up here that are just absolutely, oh, that's the ball. Come on, get out of there. There you go. Yeah. Bye-bye. See you. See you next time. Get these lines out, right? My mother used to yell at me, William, clean your room. Now I get yelled at, William, clean your charts. Oh, man. Man, it is nasty outside. I got to tell you, it is storming. And, you know, I have a lot of investment in my trading station over the years. And, man, I see lightning. This computer is off in a flash. I don't play around with that stuff, right? All right, euro yen to the downside, right? Moving averages just barreling to the downside. This candle, next candle is going to come back up to that 10 EMA. It's going to, you know, go. It always ends up going back up to that 10 EMA, catches it, and continues its move to the downside. There's nothing to do here, my friends. Absolutely nothing. I mean, you don't even have a sell opportunity right now. You know, a couple hours you might, but right now there's nothing to do here. If you're not in it from this sideways price action at, you know, 128.60, you lost, you know, we missed that trade, and that's fine. But realize you can't be jumping in this now, right? You're going to get whacked. Why? Well, first of all, you got to put your stop where your stop would normally be. Your stop's going to be at 129.30, right? Probably 130 up there above that 55. That's where your stop's got to go. And you know you're at 128.60, so you're going to end up with a 50, 60 pip drawdown. No, that's not logical. That's not a smart thing to do, right? We don't want to do that. So this trade is already in the mode. It's going. Now we just have to wait for some kind of price action to give us our entry. We'd love to see it pull back to that 55 exponential moving average right there at 129.00, and we'll take it to the downside. Other than that, I'm going to leave this alone. Don't even touch it. All right, what else you want? Hey, let's look at a new one. Here we go. What about this? Great British Pound, New Zealand. Doesn't look like much, huh? Well, if we talk about price action, you know, this is a little education. Look at price action here. Came up to that 200 exponential moving average. You talk about overshoots all the time, right? This didn't overshoot, came above that 200. Now it's come back down again. Now it's sideways. It's at support. It's at resistance. Got that 55 right above it. But look left of the chart. It's a mess, right? It's an absolute mess. Nothing to do here, my friends. Absolutely nothing to do here. Now, I would think that the pound is stronger than the Kiwi. You know, they're both weak, but the New Zealand is much more weaker than the pound. So we'll see how this goes. I think this is going to, you know, this to me looks like this is a mode to the 200 and then you sell it, right? That's how I would look at this situation here. No, that always does that, doesn't it? All the time, always does it. Never gives me what I want. Yeah, so, oh my goodness, come on, Jackson. Come on. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, let's get this over here. Okay. Yeah, so you get it up to the 200. The problem is you get it to the 200, and look what we have left of the chart. You got all this price action, all this mess. Call it Forex junk, right? Just junk here. You don't want to, right? It's not a good thing. However, now that we have pivots on the chart, we can take a look here. And what if we brought this up a little bit, like to there, right? 95, well, 94.70 or 95.50, right? Let's, right, 95.50. Let's do it there. That's a long ways away. So, that's not going to work either, is it? So you're back down to here. I would say 93.90 is the entry. That would be the entry, right? 93.90. And we'll see how that works. Do I think, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't follow this pair. It's new for us, right? New for me. So we'll see how it goes. We're just going to watch it. I'm sure not going to trade it until I learn a little bit about how this pair reacts. But price action wise, we can see it's bearish. Spatially it's to the downside, and we'll see how this goes. We're not going to do nothing right now, though. Traders, I'm cutting this one short. I don't like the weather out there. It is really nasty. So we're going to go over and take a look at, what it is, the dollar index. So the dollar index is back in its mode here. So it hit this 94.19 area. Now, it's, technically, it's at that 55. It should bounce off the 55. The 10 EMA is underneath price. It should lift this to the upside, and that's what we're looking for. So I'm saying 94.20, 94.25, somewhere in there. It's probably going to go to that all-in-one pivot point and probably do what it's done before. That's going to take a dive to the downside once we get there technically, right? As far as data goes and stuff like that, what's going on in the world, who knows what the dollar is going to do. We'll keep an eye on it. Traders, thank you so much for being with me today. Always remember to trade smart, not hard. Remember, it is Friday tomorrow, and I will see you on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure Monday is a U.S. holiday. I'll let you know, though. Traders, take care. Have a great trading day. See you next time. Bye-bye.